Tesla or bust? No, Tesla's not anti-union, are they? I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla weekend. So there was some interesting news. Tesla workers in New York launched a campaign to organize a union. What they were looking for was maybe better pay, maybe better working conditions. This is the labeling department. They were frustrated that they have a lack of job security and that they are measured on metrics like how many objects they label. And then, of course, the next day, Tesla employees say that 30 Buffalo staffers fired after union announcement, and Tesla says it was performance. Tesla's Workers United say that the firings were retaliation for employees forming a union. Tesla disagrees. It's very rare for Tesla to say anything. But the narrative that Tesla is anti-union is pervasive. And is it true? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Let's look at the history and find out. Because I did my digging and I got the links. So Tesla bought the NUMMI plant, got it from Toyota for a really good deal, $42 million. It had been a union plant, and it was pretty nefarious in terms of how the union allowed it to be run. There are stories you can hear on, I want to say This American Life, where they talk about it, where it's pretty eye-opening, the kinds of crime that would happen inside the factory. Now, is that the union's fault? Maybe not. Maybe. I mean, let's not litigate that. The important part is the only ones in the U.S. who work at a major American car factory but do not belong to a union, those are Tesla employees. Now, this is from back in 2016. UAW, the United Auto Workers, were trying to get a foothold in this factory. And I can see why. That's their job. Former Tesla employees and activists staged a protest over recent firings in Fremont. Earlier this month, Tesla fired hundreds of employees, which the automaker claimed was due to their annual performance reviews. Some have claimed instead that no, it was targeted harassment for speaking out about unionization. Few dozen people, now this article graciously points out that it could not confirm if any of these people protesting were actually Tesla employees, or if they were just union boosters from other areas. To which Elon said, "Nothing is stopping Tesla team at our car plant from voting union. Could do so tomorrow if they wanted. But why pay union dues and give up stock options for nothing? Our safety record is 2 times better than when the plant was UAW and everybody already gets health care." And also, he added, UAW did nada for job security in the last recession, dropped Fremont like a hot potato to protect their core base in Detroit. UAW chose to exit this plant before Tesla even arrived. We had nothing to do with UAW leaving, but everything to do with why people here have jobs. Now, both of these tweets, by the way, Elon was ordered by the NLRB, the National Labor Relations Board, sanctioned Tesla and said, you need to remove these. And Elon said, nah, I'm going to leave them up. Well, they said this could be construed as pushing people, saying they won't get stock options if the plant goes union. He's like, This was one judge's opinion. And the NLRB they don't have an enforcement mechanism. They would have to escalate it to a judge in another court, and Tesla would appeal that and face a potentially different outcome. And the NLRB does not wish to pursue it from that perspective. So let's talk about this. Who was it that was let go? Dozens of Gigafactory workers after Tuesday's union. Yeah. And there was a complaint filed. And there were other things too. They said there were other factors at play. Tesla employees were restricted from wearing pro-union t-shirts. Well, the company has a dress code. They said that's why. There was a gentleman who was, surprising no one, Tesla violates labor law restricting pro-union apparel. And there was a gentleman who was handing out leaflets. Security said, hey man, you can't do that. And then didn't call the cops or anything, didn't stop him, just said he couldn't. The National Labor Relations Board determined that's illegal. You can't do that. Now, they didn't push it. They said, you can't fire him, and he wasn't fired. Elon, and this is in 2022, he says, invites the UAW, hold a union vote. Tesla will do nothing to stop you. Now, of course, that is the law. Tesla isn't supposed to do anything to stop you, but they don't. So the question is, and now unions have been very helpful. Unions are what got us, the 40-hour workday, right? They got rid of child labor, right? They got us a lot of safety standards, right? Well, those are 100 years ago. There are still benefits. So let's look at them. Ford Motor assembly line worker salaries. $30,000. That's not great. $30,000, huh? Let's see if there's better numbers. $17 an hour. That's not great. $17 an hour. Assembler, $21 an hour. Production worker, $20 an hour. Those are not exciting wages. Let's see what GM is at. Ooh, $29 an hour. Oh, that's for all employees. Let's take a look here and see what we got here. Assembly line, 12 to 25 with an average of 17. 17. That's not good pay at all. That's what your union got you is $17? Let's try a different one with a higher number. Average salary, $19. Oh, between 7 and 37. I don't know, man. Well, let's compare that. Because, with unions, it's not just about the pay. It's about everything. It's about the benefits package. So over at Tesla, let's look at the benefits. Because we know what the pay is. The pay is quite high. Benefits. Medical plan with no payroll deduction. Family building, fertility, adoption, surrogacy benefits. Dental, vision. Health savings account paid for by the company. Healthcare independent care, flex spending account. A lot of stuff. 401k with employer match. The usual. Tesla Babies program. Commuter benefits. All kinds. And expected compensation starts at 23. Starts at 23. And that makes sense because the average salary, I didn't pull it up, is about $100,000. And that's true at Tesla and at SpaceX. $100,000 is the average, which means for all these people making $40,000, $50,000, there's somebody making $150,000. But there's other factors to consider. For example, let's look at the pay and benefits you can expect. This is for Ford. This is from their media guide fact sheet. It's a little bit out of date, but it says starting wage 28 to 30 an hour. Now, we just said a different number. What's this? So this is what the unions got your grandpa, maybe your dad. If you're a legacy hourly employee hired prior to 2007, these are your wages. You're making $60,000 to start. But let's look at down here. Oh, in progression. That means the new folks, you get 17. That's what the union got you. This passed the vote because all the people who were there at the time said, well, I'll still keep mine. It only bones over the next generation. That's what the UAW got you. I would be happy to join a union if I was in a trade where it made sense. Plumber, electrician, auto worker. If it got me a good wage. But to join a union to get $17, that seems, I would call that disappointing. Let's look at General Motors. Here we are, same deal. Now again, this is a little bit out of date. This is from 2019. Base rate, about $16. 17-ish. It's not great. And the benefits are comparable, apart from one big difference. Tesla gives all employees stock benefit, stock hiring bonus, stock bonus annually. You get stock for free. There is an employee purchase program, but you also get stock for free. At the big three, only the white-collar jobs get it. The salaried folks, the executives, the upper management. The line workers don't get stock. They get a little profit sharing, but it's not much. And it's especially poor on years there's no profit. Tesla gives stock to everyone. Tesla made many workers millionaires, but it's the case. If you've been to a service center, there's a good chance you've met a secretary or a receptionist or a technician who is a millionaire. from the stocks they got, either for free or by buying them. Tesla's meteoric rise is making a lot of employees very rich back in 2020. The company is offering stock compensation for all employees. And yeah, the executives get more and you get less, but you get some. That means you can put aside 15%, and whatever the lowest price was last quarter, that's your price, minus 15%. Let's see, what was the lowest price? October, there's your lowest price, 109 and 10 pennies. 85% of that, your stock price was $92.74. 60,000, 15% of that divided by 4 for the quarter. That means you could have put aside $22.50. You could have bought $22.50 in shares at $92 a share. What are they worth today? What did we say? $208.31. And you bought them a month ago for $92. That's pretty valuable. And, the stock is volatile, so you're likely to see some highs and lows during that quarter. Kind of makes you wish Tesla had a PR department, someone who could respond to these sorts of things. They did respond. In response to the false allegations. This is very unusual for Tesla, the Tesla team. There is a false accusation, an allegation that Tesla terminated employees in response to a new union campaign. These are the facts. Now, when we say these are the facts, these are things that are now official. This is a real statement by Tesla. If Tesla wants to lie right here, it's going to be fairly routine to prove it. Tesla conducts performance reviews. Employees receive a performance rating from 1 to 5, etc. The review process takes place globally, including everywhere. The most recent one just took place. 4% of the employees on the autopilot labeling team in Buffalo were exited as a result of their performance review. Just 4%. We learned in hindsight that one of the 27 impacted employees identified as part of the union campaign. That's less than 4%. So 4% of the team was let go, and less than 4% of the team was involved in union organizing. So if you're trying to target people and punish people for union organizing, this seems like a poor way to do it. Because it doesn't make it look like the factory's in trouble, and no chilling effect either. And people say, well, it's part of it is because we want there to be no timing on the image labeling, so we can take bathroom breaks. It doesn't count your bathroom break as part of the time it takes to label. That's something separate. Just label. They need to know how effective the labeling works. And this isn't a job you should want to have in the future. This is something you should hope to get rid of. This is coal miners swinging the pickaxe. We don't want that. We want a steam shovel. Tesla to implement hiring freeze and new rounds of layoffs December 21st, 2022. We've known since December that these layoffs were coming. So if you want to say, oh, they waited until the day after to fire people, we knew about it. It's been there. And they didn't target the union folks. If they did, it will be known. These are facts. Tesla isn't stating opinions. These are things that can be verified. People like to say a lot of things about Tesla and about Elon based on their feelings. They say, the Boring Company, Hyperloop, those are two things that prove Elon hates trains. He hates them. No, he doesn't. Well, no, he hated the high-speed train in California. He said we should go Hyperloop it. No, what he said was, the law is written that the train routes must be revenue neutral, not subsidized by taxpayers once it's operational. Red tape has made it so that it cannot be revenue neutral. It cannot meet the letter of the law as required. That's all he said. He didn't say, I hate trains. In fact, in Berlin, Tesla's planned rail link has been approved. The State Office for Construction and Transport issued the decision for the connection between Erkner and Giga Berlin, applied for by Tesla last Friday. You see, Tesla's already building the train station. They've already got the footings in for the terminal. They're going to have light rail straight to the factory. Tesla doesn't hate trains. Elon doesn't hate trains. The reason a boring tunnel exists is because in some places it's not cost effective to put in an entire subway with a 30-foot diameter bore. It's expensive and creates a capacity that many applications would never need. Boring tunnels are very small, lower capacity, more effective, and the only option possible in a lot of cases. So that's where that's all at. Hey, do you know that on March 1st there's going to be an Investor Day event? Yeah, Elon Space will be there, some drone pilots will be there, some YouTubers will be there, and of course some of my amazing crew will be there. Yeah, we may live stream it. We're not sure yet. We're still working on the logistics. The permit has been paid and it's all done. So I've got a link in the description for that. I hope you join us. It's going to be fun. It's an all-ages event. It is a free speech event. So if you know someone who should be one of our guest speakers, by all means, have them get in touch with me on Twitter at 4K Podcast. This isn't a snowflake zone where we pick and choose who gets to talk. If you got a following, if you seem like an expert, you're welcome. Even if I don't like you and you don't like me, you're welcome. So, a quick thanks to my Patreons who keep the channel running, all that good stuff. Can't do it without you. Cannot do it without you. So let's get into the Q&A, shall we? Well, there it is, and there you go. If you want to watch the complete 30-ish minute version, head on over to the second channel, My Tesla Live, where the whole thing goes out each Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, join in the conversation. Thanks as always to everyone else. Like, subscribe, do the usual thing, and stay tuned, stay juicy, and I can't wait to hear from you clever robots on the live channel. Tasked with it? I don't remember why I had this one up. Don't worry, you won't see this in the condensed version that goes out over the weekend.